are the real parting words.
Okay,
no additional conversations, no memes,
Thanks, Dan.
right? I'm just being clear because I don't think everyone has it on the same page here. You get what this is, right, Anna? This is the end of the road. The right-click block.
Yeah.
We were just saying that she's agreed that she's going to respect the boundaries of no private and public communication and moderation of her community.
I'm really, like, I'm still, like, I don't like the no contact thing.
She's still doing it, Drew. Do you understand?
Okay.
What?
You don't like it. So when you say you don't like it, but you're still willing to commit to it, correct?
Kind of. I mean, I can't.
We cannot, Anna, we
Why
cannot
are you
do it
laughing?
Because this is what
It's
you
because
do,
it's
man.
frustrating
We've
and
established a
okay.
pattern of behavior, and we're watching it unfold in real time.
Stop. Okay.
What do you
Okay.
know? I mean,
Just
literally
ignore
no.
him. No, we're not doing this again. All right.
I'm literally just expressing how I feel about, like, the no
Okay.
contact
Hiding behind
thing.
I feel statements? Oh my
Stop.
god, it's a rerun.
Okay. All right, Anna. This
I mean,
is why
obviously, I have to. Because, like, I don't have a choice.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. I'm just expressing how I feel about it, okay? Oh my god.
Okay. I hear you. We have to have a verbal, strong commitment to it for this to work.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Okay.
sure. Okay, yes. Yeah.
So you strongly commit to no private and public communication and moderation of your community such that it honors those boundaries, correct?
Yes. But,
okay, Destiny.
like...
Right? No, Anna.
Ready? I'm a horrible person. I let Anna on the entire time. I'm a horrible manipulator, and I stonewalled the fuck out of her. I'm a bad person.
Remember to
I admit this.
the link.
I'm a horrible person.
If you want to give me a view.
I've admitted that I'm a horrible person. Can we please fucking move on? Okay? I accept. Hold on. I want to go further. I accept full responsibility. I've lied to my fiance. I've lied to my son. Okay? I've lied to my community. Okay? I am a horrible manipulating person, and I'm just ready to tell Anna I'm sorry
Remember
for the pain and
to
abuse that I
click the
put her
follow
through.
button.
I'm ready to move on. A changed man. Okay, I'm moving on. I'm sorry for everything. All of this was my fault. Every part of this was my fault. And now I'm moving on, and I never want to talk about this publicly again. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's great. I think Anna's gonna. It's closure time, Anna.
I mean, so hateful, and I didn't know what else you would leak about me because you just leaked so many things. You leaked them to BGG and stuff, and like you said you want to be friends with me.
Okay, publicly.
Are
with
you
God
acting like you don't?
Anna, publicly, with God as my witness, okay, and all the world.
You're an atheist. You're an atheist.
The whole Twitch community, okay? We should not be friends, okay? We should not talk privately. We should not talk publicly, and we can both move on from this, okay? Is that an okay thing?
I mean, sure, but it's like, you know, I mean, I thought you wanted to be friends. I asked you if you didn't want to be friends, let me know, and you said, yeah, I know I could say that.
Anna,
like,
Anna,
I thought
but
that's...
now, Anna, Frogan has made me see the light, okay? It can't happen, okay? We must move on. We have to move on from this. We both need to grow as beautiful human beings in our separate worlds that do not interact with one another.
Why are you treating this like it's funny when I'm distressed, when I'm in distress?
Because you have fucking cat ears on, okay? I can't help myself, okay? Please, okay? We are moving on from this. It is better for the health of both of us.
I don't understand why you're so cold, though. Why don't you care? It was literally for like 10 minutes. Like, you never told me.
I misinterpreted this. I accept full responsibility. That was my fault. And I leaked DMs for no reason. Or I leaked... That's right. We didn't talk about that. You're absolutely right.
Steven, we didn't talk about it, though.
I know we didn't. I'm agreeing with you. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, but it sounds like you're... I don't know. Are you being serious, though? Because, like, honestly, I'm not going to do something as insane as, like, secretly, like, stream you. Like, that's...
Do you think you're 100% guilty, or...?
I'm absolutely... I fucked up everything on all occasions of this, I think. I am a cold, callous, horrible, dark-tried individual. I was manipulative and abusive, and
Steven, you were manipulative. You did manipulate an entire narrative against me because you ignored. Steven, manipulative.
What would it take for us to not talk privately or publicly anymore? What would it take for that?
And I'm not manipulative at all. I don't understand how I'm manipulating.
Steven, you can't leave. You can't leave.
Zerga, this never ends. You see, we've been on the same.
No, it ends. You're almost there.
Because you're not showing any empathy. You're not saying, like, yeah, I understand how this hurt you, and I feel bad. Like, don't you feel...
Anna, I understand.
You just don't care at all.
Anna, I do care.
You just don't care.
Anna, I care. I'm sorry. The public abuse has been bad, and the public bad statements have been bad, and my community harassment has been bad. That's why I deleted all the posts on my subreddit. That's why we tried to stop talking about you for a long time, okay? We're all trying to move on. We're all trying to heal and move on, okay, from the pains that I have caused on my own, okay? How do we do that? How do we move on?
So are you being serious?
Yes.
But like just a few moments ago, you were saying that like you didn't.
Like,
So what?
No, it's not
after
that,
hearing
Steven.
Taylor?
Please stop acting like. Please stop talking about Liam like I'm just some crazy person.
Anna, I just
Steven,
asked you like 3 times in a row, what do we do to move on from this? You're not giving me an answer.
I just told you. I said to show remorse and empathy.
And I said I'm sorry, and I understand that you have a lot of pain.
You
over what's
really?
happened.
Thank
Anna,
you.
what more can you fucking want from me? You can't probe my fucking brain.
If you don't talk about him again, like ever again, for 1 year, right now, I make a commitment publicly. I will send you $100 USD, not Canadian, okay? Sephora gift card.
Oh my
Okay.
God. No, you don't have to
Commitment.
do that.
Okay, and then you can buy, I don't know, like, you're very good at doing your makeup, so, like, you could buy something else.
I do like makeup.
Yeah.
But no, you don't have to do that at all. It's fine.
No, it's like, I need to be held to something. I need to be held to something. Because it's good for both of you.
It's true.
Would you, delete all the hate Reddit threads and all that stuff?
If she can go 6 months, yeah, sure. I'll even take down the YouTube videos again.
You'll take down all the YouTube videos on her if she can do 6 months.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that deal.
You like that
We've
deal?
made it before, 3 or 4 times.
Yeah. I mean, I wish you'd retract it, but I guess I'm not getting that.
It's
so-
never gonna happen, and I'm telling you right now, face to face,
There's
no circumstance.
You know what? There might be a retraction. If you can go 6 months, okay? There might be a retraction.
Destiny, don't. Then you just set off a time bomb.
You're gonna toy with me like that?
If you can go 6 months, I'll retract, okay?
That's a really big.
That is the best deal you're ever gonna get, and if you give it up right now,
that's
you're
a really
fucking.
good deal. That's
Okay,
a really good
accept
deal.
it. Then accept it.
Okay, it needs to happen now. It really fucking needs to
Then
happen.
accept it, okay?
All right.
Yeah, I accept it. It
This
really
is
needs
this.
to
Let's
happen
not
now.
make this the Treaty of Versailles, okay?
Okay.
Let's have.
I'm gonna go back to doing what I was doing.
Okay, there we go. She accepted the deal. Breaking the loop. And I watched some of her streams after this, and she wasn't talking about Destiny at all. She finished streams, and like all of her mods are like, hey, you did a great job today. You didn't talk about him at all. And she's like, yeah, I don't want to disappoint Dylan, and I want to make sure that I don't start looping again. I feel good. I feel like this is really going to work this time. So it seemed like everything was good. It seemed like everything was going to plan. But then she started looping again.
But it seems like no matter what I propose or what I say, there is no way to ever move on from this.
So says this is all after Destiny ended stream because he missed some good memes. If she's not going to stop, neither will the clips. We got Anna claiming she's not obsessed.
I'm not obsessed. That's the thing. I just want the slander to stop. That doesn't make any sense. I'm not obsessed with him. I don't want him back. I want the lying to stop and the harassment to stop. Oh, come on. How could you seriously think I'm obsessed with him? This is so stupid. Like, I'm obsessed with my reputation. That's what I'm clearly obsessed with. I'm obsessed with how people think about me.
Target acquired.
No, because it could be anybody. It doesn't have to be Destiny. Anybody who's gonna spread lies about me, I'm gonna get, like, obsessed with, like, trying to combat those lies. It's very obvious. My therapist knows this.
Target acquired.
She always brings up the therapist. She always has to make sure that everybody knows that her therapist agrees with her. But she is obsessed. She talks about how she takes responsibility all the time, but made sure to clarify that Destiny is responsible for everything.
I didn't put myself out there. He's the one that did the drama stream about me.
Excellent.
You put yourself...
Stop victim blaming me, dude. Hold Destiny accountable for his abusive behavior. He's an adult.
Excellent.
Anna, why was yesterday better than today?
Okay, I'm turning this off. Yo, fuck off. If you're gonna victim blame me, fuck you. You're a bad person. You're a disgusting piece of shit. Get out of my stream. You're victim blaming me. Go hold him accountable for his abusive fucking behavior and his fucking lying.
See, this is, I talk about this all the time. I hate the concept of victim blaming. Like, blaming somebody for something that happened is probably wrong. But saying, hey, you have to take some responsibility in this scenario, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with doing that. And that's going to exist in almost any scenario where something bad happens to you, where you can say, hey, you probably could have made better decisions in this scenario. And if you don't recognize this, there's a good chance that this will happen to you again. We can find scenarios to where, or we can find things to fix that maybe would make this less likely to happen to you in the future. So like we talk about this all the time, where we give an example where we say something like, oh, somebody broke into my house, and my neighbor comes over and they're like, yo, maybe don't leave your doors unlocked anymore. Is he victim blaming me? Yeah, sure. He's victim blaming me. Does it make sense that he's victim blaming me? Yeah, sure. I have some responsibility to take in this scenario. I could have made better decisions that would have made it less likely for my house to get broken into. This is the way things work. You want to, the whole idea of like victim blaming comes from the fact that people overly blame victims. So they'll say something like, oh, it's your fault that that guy raped you. It's not his fault. You tempted him by wearing those short skirts, right? That's a problem. That's a problem. But that doesn't mean that we go to the other extreme where we say, you know what? Don't exist in reality whatsoever. Just no more reality for you. Let's just pretend that victims have absolutely no responsibility in situations and that they can't make better decisions in the future. That's sending the wrong message. That's definitely sending the wrong message. We can't just go from one extreme that's bad to another extreme that's also bad. We need both. We need both. We need to be able to say, hey, lock your freaking doors, bro. Don't leave your doors unlocked. And maybe it'll be harder for people to break into your house and steal all your stuff in the future. So she can just keep saying, as long as she feels like she is a victim in the slightest in this scenario whatsoever, she can be a victim in the slightest and start saying things like, oh, well, don't victim blame me. I'm a victim, so you can't blame me. Those are the rules. That's the rules, right? As long as she is a victim in some way, then you're not allowed to blame her at all. And so she's just playing by the rules that you guys create, where as long as she is somewhat of a victim, you can't blame her whatsoever.
Shut the fuck up and hold him accountable. You're being abusive. I'm not responsible for his abusive behavior. How am I responsible for his abusive behavior? Tell me. Explain to me how I'm responsible for him making up lies about me.
Now, you can see she's only got one mod in here on this day. It's Quack Quack the Duck Duck. And Quack Quack the Duck Duck is saying, Anna, maybe it's time to call the stream. Maybe it's time to shut it down. Now, her mods have power to force raid, which means they're able to press a button that will send her channel to another channel, or send her chat to another channel. They can make it to where it automatically raids another stream. So they have that ability. I've never heard of anybody giving their mods that power, but she has given her mods the power to force raid, meaning they will just send her chat to another channel. They will raid without her permission, essentially ending stream.
No, it's time for people to stop making up lies about me. No, because not everyone does the horrible abusive shit that Destiny did to me. Not everyone goes on their fucking stream of thousands of people and brags and outs that, like, they had sex with someone. When I told him I didn't want that out there, and he fucking outed it, and then he tried to blame me because, oh, I streamed. Because I made one fucking mistake. That's what abusers do. You make one mistake. You make one mistake, and they try and weaponize that against you. And then he tried to justify his disgusting behavior of talking about how we had sex. I didn't want that out there. That was, like, extremely violating. And he did that.
I think a lot of the time she uses rhetoric, and I'd love to talk to her about this sometime. She uses words that were I don't think she's using them correctly. She's using them in ways that, like, other people would not understand these words. And because she understands these words to mean something else, she can conflate it with everything else that goes along with that. So, like, she can use the word abuse. Maybe in a clinical sense, this actually makes sense. But in, like, a colloquial sense, that's not how we use the word abuse. That, like, it, unless this is something that causes a lot of trauma for you, or it's something that has, like, scarred you in some way, then it's not abusive, right? If I go up and pinch somebody, does that hurt them? Yes, it can hurt them. But would we call that abuse? Probably not. That's not abuse. It needs to have some sort of long-term damage to this person before most people would call this abuse or abusive. And if she's actually getting long-term damage from these small things, somebody saying, hey, I had sex with her, if that causes her long-term damage, then the problem is with her. The problem isn't with Destiny. I can understand her getting some hurt from that. Like, I can understand her being hurt by that, and I can understand her feeling upset about that sort of thing. But to take it to this extreme, to be this hurt by it to the point where it would be abusive, I can't understand that. And I think that most people can't understand that. And this is where, like, we start to run into issues with people empathizing with the things that she says, is that, like, she uses language to in ways that the rest of us don't use it.
He has violated me in ways that, like, are so fucked up.
So that right there, he has violated me. That is a very unfortunate choice of words right there. If you tell me somebody violated me, it sounds like they raped you. That's what I hear. I think that's what most people hear. So when she says he has violated me, she's choosing to use insanely provocative language so that she can later conflate it with a whole lot of other things, because she said it's violating her. So now she can say, like, oh, you know, like, men who violate women, that, like, blah, blah, blah. Like, most of us hear about men who violate women and we're like, oh my goodness, that, like, freaking hell, dude, he needs to go to prison for that sort of stuff, right? But we don't use violate in this way. This is different.
Like, violating that was my boundary. I begged him not to talk about that on stream, and he did it. He outed that to thousands of people.
So yeah, it's always the rhetoric. She uses much stronger rhetoric to explain things that could be explained in much simpler ways. She isn't telling the whole story of why it all started, though. Well, I don't think she cares so much. Like, I think that to her, she can take blame in the things that she has done, and she feels as though she has taken blame in these things. And then, but that doesn't excuse anything that he has done past that. And that can make sense. Like, sure, like, that can make sense a lot of times. Like, somebody makes a mistake, but that doesn't excuse what it is that the other person does in retaliation or as a reaction. She's not owning that she said stuff And that's why Destiny responded. She deliberately didn't mention that. I mean, again, I'm pretty sure she's mentioned that many times and like apologized for it in the past. She just doesn't think that that's actually relevant to this conversation because she feels like it doesn't actually change anything. What? Huh. Okay. So yeah, Destiny is responsible for everything and also not to hold her accountable.
I have PTSD symptoms from this shit. My own therapist said so. What did I give myself PTSD? What how did I give myself PTSD? No, it's because Destiny terrorizes people. And he's terrorized me for over a year, and he's responsible for his fucking disgusting, monstrous behavior. He is responsible for that. Don't hold me accountable for that.
I don't know that her bringing up her PTSD is relevant in any way whatsoever. But yeah, she said that you can't hold her accountable. She has PTSD. Hold Destiny accountable. Merle finally got fed up and said that he was taking the weekend off. And when another brought it up, she told him to F off too. I think that this is probably incorrect in the way that this is.
Yeah, it is good for Merle. I'm glad he's taking the week off. You should leave too, Duck. Please. Leave, Duck. Honestly, you should. Because you don't deserve this. This is my problem.
I don't think that that's fair to say that she told this person, that she told quack quack duck duck to F off. Like, she's telling them like, hey, like, this isn't your problem. Like, you shouldn't have to suffer with this. Like, Merle took off. You should probably take off too. Like, this isn't your cross to bear. I think that that's like the way that, I don't think that saying she told him to F off is a fair characterization of this. There was a funny moment where Arisan made a based comment in her chat, and Anna accidentally agreed with her without reading it, I guess. I don't think that this was an accident. I think that Anna likes Eris. She's talked about the fact that she likes Arisan. This is not Eris the cartoon, Aristocracy. This is Eris, Destiny's ex-wife.
Destiny has been, like, so fucking abusive to me. It's insane. That's true, Eris. Also, hi, Eris. Destiny has been, like, so fucking abusive to me. It's insane.
So, yeah, she did agree with Eris. Arisan said, people can blame you for what you're doing simultaneously. Don't turn everything around and bring up the abuse to defend yourself. Again, Anna tries to say that she's taking responsibility for the things that she's done or the things that she says. And so I think to her, she's saying like, oh yeah, that's true. You're right about that. But she feels as though she's doing that. I think she feels like she is, like this is true and like that's something that she's doing. She then demonstrated peak delusions, claiming that Destiny always wanted to talk to her.
Even when he was talking to that girl on his stream yesterday, he was like, she's not a stalker. She hasn't DM'd me in months. She's doing good. What the fuck? That honestly made me so angry because I was like, what the fuck? He's making it sound like he didn't want to talk to me. And like, didn't he say that? I'm pretty sure he did. He literally like purposefully framed it like he didn't want to talk to me or something. When for months... And that's a straight up fucking lie. And we all know that's bullshit. Does anyone honestly believe that bullshit? That like, oh, I didn't want to talk to her?
So there's people in there telling her to raid, trying to get her to just end stream, send it to somebody else.
Like, oh yeah, I'm just so clingy. I guess it's just I'm just so clingy. Like somehow I'm just like clingy or something. Like, and no, dude wanted to talk to me. And like I hate that. He made it sound like, oh, she's doing good. Bitch, if you tell me you're done with me, then yeah, okay, we're done. That's great. I mean, we ended things pretty fucking mutually, honestly.
Like, yes, when they were together, he wanted to talk to her. I think everybody believes that. I think there was a period where, in order to get her to stop the craziness, he started talking to her for a while. And as soon as he started talking to her and they started acting like they were together again, or like, you know, that they were cool, she stopped with all of the craziness. And so he like felt like things were maybe going back to normal and that this was going to be a good idea. And I think she's talking about that period of time where he explains it as, I was only talking to her to get her to stop. I was only talking to her to get her to stop with the craziness. And she's saying, well, no, he wanted to talk to me. Like, if he didn't want to talk to me, he could have just said he didn't want to talk to me. Now, there's a lot more nuance to it than he just talked to her to get her to stop, because he does say that like things felt normal for a long time. It felt like they were going back to normal. It felt like they were getting back in the groove. It felt like they were like things were good again. That she stopped with the crazy posts. She stopped with the, you know, the provocative things to say about him. She stopped with all of that stuff, and it felt like things were going back to normal. And so I think like she's right in a sense that like he wasn't just doing it for that reason. I think that's probably why he started talking to her, but he said that like things were good between the two of them in that period of time. And so it sounds as though like he was happy to continue that relationship. I heard her mods are allowed to force raid her at any point in time. Yep, we talked about this earlier. Yeah, Destiny should have never talked to her ever again. He's trying everything he can. Yeah, he's trying to do what he can. Like, I don't know. Now just using her for content because he doesn't give a... Yep. So I guess she's never acknowledged the possibility that he was ever talking to her to appease her, to keep her from being bullied, or to keep her from being fully unhinged. She's mentioned multiple times in the past leaking DMs is horrible and abhorrent behavior, which is why she only released some DMs.
I'm so fucking tired of this shit, dude. I'm so fucking tired of it. Stop fucking lying about me. Like, I have hundreds of thousands of DMs that I could show to prove his ass so fucking, like, that he's such a fucking liar. That he didn't want to talk to me. But no, because I'm a nice person. Like, I only showed some.
So yeah, she's saying she only showed some of the DMs. She could have leaked a lot more, a lot worse DMs. The delusion continues to skyrocket when she claims they don't disagree on what happened.
No, we don't disagree on what's happened. I'm not doing anything to him. I'm defending myself. I'm doing nothing to him except defending myself. Also, no, we don't disagree on what's happened. He knows exactly what's happened. Fuck you. Don't say shit like this. Just fuck off. He knows exactly what has happened. Don't even try and pull that shit with me. He knows goddamn well what happened. He knows goddamn well he wanted to be in my DMs every fucking day. I mean, how many times did I fucking tell him, if you don't want to talk to me, we don't have to. But he wanted to be there. And he even said it.
And Destiny is just lying about everything. She then goes on to claim that being called a stalker is the worst thing someone can be called.
He needs to retract the bullshit. He needs to retract the bullshit. He's responsible for his fucking behavior and for making false allegations against me. Severe ones. Like, stalking is probably the worst allegation you could have thrown against you.
She loops a lot about how Destiny wanted to talk to her, but instead of linking 5 clips of the same crap, I decided to include this particularly funny one.
Because he needs to admit, like, he does need to admit that, like, it was wrong the way he framed that. Like, he didn't want to talk to me. When he knows damn well he very much really, really wanted to talk to me. He liked talking to me quite a bit. All the time.
Okay, that just sounds so... Okay. This claim about not messaging people who don't want to be messaged, I think Waffles Aristocracy in August might have something to say about that.
And I won't tolerate him saying that I harassed him at all. When he's the one that harassed me for over a year. And I won't tolerate him framing this shit as though, like, oh, I'm doing good, that I didn't message him in months. I'm doing good. Well, I'm not going to message someone who doesn't want to be messaged by me. So, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I'm somebody that she just started messaging at random about this stuff. I don't have an issue with her messaging me, but I could imagine other people who are actually like closer to Destiny would feel some sort of way about it. Now this claim I don't know about. I'm inclined to disbelieve her because literally everything else she says is bullcrap, but this is one in particular about trying to get nudes while appeasing her in DMs is not cool if true. This might be worth addressing if Destiny has any way to disprove it.
And after all, you don't usually solicit nude pictures from someone that you don't really want to talk to, but you just feel like, you know, you have to talk to them. I mean, normally that doesn't happen, right? So either he lied, or maybe the other thing that he did is that he manipulated me into thinking that he cared about me to get nude pictures from me. Well, either one looks bad. So which one is it? It's either one of those. It's either one of those. And either one doesn't look very good.
Okay. So she keeps framing this as though it's like a normal relationship where they're like boyfriend and girlfriend. But he's been very clear about the fact that like sometimes he's not like actually interested in the people. He just wants to have sex with them. Like he's got a wife, like he's got somebody else with a serious relationship. He's just he just has other people on the side. You can't frame this as though he has to like you if he also wants to sleep with you or get nudes from you or something like that. These can be completely separate things. They don't have to be one and the same. Because this isn't a normal relationship. This isn't relationships like most of us are used to. And I think that that's one of the problems is she keeps equating these, like that relationship to normal relationships. She then goes on to claim that she's done looping and then immediately starts looping again.
Fine, well, I'm done now. I'm done ranting, alright? But it's not good enough, alright? It's not good enough. How he talked about me the other day, it's not good enough. It's not fucking good enough. Because he was still implying, like, that he didn't want to talk to me during that time. And he did. And I have the DMs to prove it. Like, he's trying to make me sound like some kind of stalker. Anna, shut the fuck up. You just started another loop. All right. I'll shut the fuck up. What am I doing with the plants now? I'm planting avocados. I have to talk with my therapist about that. This is so stressful. That cart mini game again? I should try the cart mini game again. Oh god. I'm so fucking angry. Fine, well, I'm done now. I'm done ranting, alright?
I don't think that she's grifting. I don't think that that's like... There's so many easier ways that she could go about this if she was grifting. There's so many other things that she could do to get a lot more out of this. But her just looking like a crazy person and just like screaming and yelling about it all the time, that's not the way to go if she's trying to grift off this. Like, she has issues, guys. Like, she does. Everybody just needs to come to grips with this. She has issues. She's not thinking her way through this in a rational way whatsoever. And she is detached from reality. Tom, can you tell us what she messaged you? No. No, I can't do that. It's nothing too crazy. It's nothing, like, it's just her wanting to tell me her side of the story, for the most part. We talked about it a little bit. I described to her how I saw it. She said she felt like I was fair, and then we've had a couple of, like, side conversations about other things since then. Maybe not for money, but most certainly for attention. I don't think so. I don't think so. I think, like, when she goes over this stuff over and over, saying, I can't just leave the misinformation out there. I can't let people believe things that are untrue about me. I really think that's what I really think that's the reason that she keeps talking about this, is she doesn't want people to believe things about her that she feels are untrue. And that's why she keeps coming back to it, I have OCD. She has OCD. I know lots of other people with OCD. Like, going into manic states where, like, you're just kind of detached from reality is a common thing. I have another friend who also streams, who we've talked about a couple of times tonight, where she would commonly go into these manic states where she was just completely detached from reality. She was so zoned in on somebody that she wanted to talk crap about that she would start saying insane things about these people that made absolutely no sense whatsoever, and just loop on it for hours, sometimes 4, 5, 6 hours at a time. One time, she looped for like 14 to 16 hours straight on one stream, just straight, was nonstop, just like the same like 5 or 6 sentences over and over again. How long was it? It was 16 hours, right? Or is it 14? 14 or 15 hours? This is something that happens with people with OCD. Like, it was 12 or 14. Yeah. Like, this is something that happens. Like, this is a thing. It's not all that crazy. It is crazy. It's not all that, like, that hard to believe that somebody with OCD would end up, with issues like this. This goes on for another 10 minutes before her mods raid away stream again. Now, I don't know if you guys saw, but in the past couple clips, it kept popping up saying raid started, raid canceled, meaning her mods were trying to force raid and she was canceling it over and over. It kept popping up in the chat. Raid started, raid canceled. Raid started, raid canceled. 10 minutes before her mods raid away the stream again, she came back on 15 minutes later with a new claim about mocking videos.
Yeah.
So you can see her chat just started over. Quack quack said, "Is the loop over?" And she just said, "Yeah."
I'm gonna really try. Yeah. I'm gonna really try to, but like, I just want the abusive videos to stop though. Like, I just want the abusive videos to stop. Like, yeah, but like that continues the abuse against me. Like, I shouldn't have to deal with that. I shouldn't have to deal with my abuser
Target acquired.
Still being abusive towards me by making like videos mocking my distress and pain because of his
Those
abuse.
bullets were a metaphor for something. Take your time.
Okay, well, he needs to stop doing it. It's abuse. He abused me. He's still abusing me by making those videos about me.
You can see quack quack in the chat
The
saying it's a
videos are
loop.
cruel and sadistic. They're mocking my distress and my suffering.
Those bullets were a metaphor for something. Take your time.
It's not okay. It's not okay. I don't deserve to be
Those
treated
bullets
like
were
that.
a metaphor for something. Take your time.
Wouldn't that be borderline personality disorder? Not necessarily. Again, like the things that we just talked about are definitely consequences of having OCD. I have like a minor case of OCD. I developed it in prison or actually in jail, and then was diagnosed with OCD while I was in prison, and went through like small amounts of therapy when I got out, and had like, I'm not like cured of OCD, but it's not something that like rules my life. Like it's not something that I have huge issues with. So yeah, but you can see with other people that like it's something that like takes over their entire lives, and it's got to be rough. So yeah, mocking videos made intentionally.
He keeps making abusive videos about me that degrade me and mock me. That just keeps the cycle going.
Those bullets were a metaphor for something. Take your time.
I'm tired of being abused by him.
Like having ADD and OCD is like a whole new thing unto itself. You can go look it up. Like it's a totally different thing. I have very extreme ADHD, but OCD probably wouldn't be relevant whatsoever if it wasn't for my ADD at all. And that's the same thing with other people that I've talked to. It's like something that like we were able to like talk a lot about, is I'd never met other people who had OCD and ADHD at the same time. And it makes like it's just like it's a whole new problem and disorder unto itself, where like you're distracted by the smallest things, but then you can become like compulsive about these small distractions that for other people with OCD, they may be able to just like start focusing on something else and get their mind off of it. But when you have ADHD at the same time, it makes things like a lot rougher to stay focused. I thought OCD was repeating mechanical rituals and borderline personality disorder, was losing grasp on reality. Maybe she has both. So OCD doesn't mean that you do rituals. OCD is obsessive compulsive disorder, where there's something that you have an obsession with that you're not able to get out of your head. This is why they call it looping, is because it's just going to keep going through your head over and over and over. And you can do rituals that will make you feel better about it. And the rituals are something that you use just as a coping mechanism. You make them up. You just literally make them up as you go and start to feel like, if I do this thing, things will be better. And it's just like you literally just make it up in your head, and then now this is your coping mechanism. So the rituals are just a byproduct of the obsessive compulsive disorder. But a ritual isn't like, or most of us call them tics, but they're not a necessary part of OCD. They're just sometimes a side effect of OCD. But like, losing touch on reality is something that can easily happen because you have obsessed so much over a thing. So like a really common thing that we hear about people having is like, they think that their mom's going to die, right? They think that their mom's going to die for some reason, and they can't get over it. And they think, if I flip the switch 3 times, shut the door 3 times, and turn on the water 3 times, that will save her. That'll save my mom from dying. Obviously, the first thought of, my mom is just going to die if I don't do these rituals, that's already like losing touch on reality. That's already like losing touch, but not everybody ends up with those rituals or those tics. Like, not everybody does those to where they end up not having a good coping mechanism, and they end up just looping. Not that the tics are good, but they are something that help the person cope. So yeah, she now wants all the videos deleted, all the articles which Destiny has no control over deleted, and also wants the subreddit posts deleted. Hi, Anna.
I want the subreddit posts gone. I want them gone. I want them gone. Because they were full of lies anyway. If you lie about me, then I'm gonna address it. What the fuck? Wait a minute. What the fuck is this person talking about? I didn't get ghosted. What are they talking about? Ghosted? Who? Destiny didn't ghost me. What the fuck are you talking about? Where do people get this shit, dude? Where do people get this shit from? Yeah, but I've seen other people say that too. They're like, oh, you got ghosted. Like, what are they talking about?
All of the people who pop up in the chat and start posting things like these are literally like unironic people posting thinking, I can fix her. Like, I can tell her this one thing and finally like rationalize this for her and help her. Like, it's all day, like every time she's live, there's just a bunch of people posting like a bunch of crap trying to help her rationalize this, and it's just not gonna work. So going on stream is her tick. I don't know that normally a tick isn't that simple. So yeah. The second stream was more of a whiny pity party that memes, so I didn't clip most of it. But what I did catch was mostly muted talking to mods in her Discord or her looping about YouTube videos made intentionally to hurt her.
Ghosting and stonewalling are different. The silent treatment is abuse. It's considered a very severe form of emotional abuse. The only reason I have to address it is because they lie about me. If they stopped lying about me, I wouldn't have to talk about it at all. But no, they lie about me and victim blame me. So then I have to talk about it.
Target acquired.
Yeah, but, I mean... I want that
Target
stuff gone.
acquired.
I want the videos to end. Like, I just want the videos to stop.
Those are all clips that were taken from DGG. The subreddit. I got on there looking for something and happened upon those. Somebody went and took all the clips and posted them all in there with their narrative along with it. I think like the main thing to take from all of that stuff is that it's not simple enough to say that like she's just crazy or she's grifting or she's lying or any of these things. I think that like what she's going through feels very real to her, and I think that like from Destiny's side, it's obviously pretty it's obviously harassment and could even be called abusive at this point. I think that people like to add like a bunch of other things in there to try to help them rationalize it, and it's not, you're not able to rationalize what's happening there. You're not able to rationalize it. It's not rational, and it's probably not going to be rational. Twitch should ban her. They haven't, and it's kind of messed up, but I think that that's like the main thing that everybody should be advocating for now, is not trying to get her to stop, because if she could stop, she would have stopped a year ago, a year and a half ago. She's not going to stop. So I think like instead of people trying to get her to stop, they really just need to be advocating for Twitch to get her off the platform. Because that's the only way it's going to end.